Sarah. We're lucky to have here with us scientist Isaac. How much oil do you estimate is being released into the sea?
Well, we estimate over 16 million litres of oil is spilling into the ocean each day. What makes it even more of a crisis is that this oil has a much thicker substance than most oils. Here, let me take a sample. This is pure crude oil. It's toxic sludge and has a consistency of thick melted tar. It's impossible for America or BP to clean this stuff up. Back to you, John.
Thank you, scientist Isaac. Back to you, John, to the news desk.
We'll return to you after a short commercial break.
Now we go live to ABC's reporter Heather, who's interviewing the Porter family. Over to you, Heather.
Thanks, Jonty. Mrs. Potter, how much is this affecting your income?
Well, our family has been affected and we've had to use our emergency money to go grocery shopping.
Mr. Potter, how do you plan on keeping your fishing business running?
Well, the fish are destroyed and the oysters are in no reach at all because of the oil over the water. The US government should do something about this oil spill, and quick, because the fish are dying and I'm so mad about our fish. My son and I have been having trouble catching decent fish recently. Look at them, it's just disgusting. I wouldn't eat them, would you?
No, I wouldn't, sir.
I wouldn't think so.
Back to you, Jonty and Sarah at the news desk.
We'll return to you after a short commercial break. Welcome to Florida, where the beaches are beautiful. You can walk your dog.
Come on,
Wait, don't we are me. You can go fishing.
got a big fish.
You can sunbake under your big umbrella. You can go motorbike riding. Dangerous jump, guys. You can eat your icy pole under your big umbrella. What a delicious ice cream. You can go swimming, but beware of the big bad sharks.
No way!
You can go surfing. And you can play water games.
I've got a water bomb.
So why don't you come to
Florida!
The oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico continues to leak oil into the ocean. Sea life is dying and choking from this environmental disaster. Waves of oil carry dead fish onto the beaches of Florida. Local volunteers save the injured sea life and clean up their beaches.
there was a golden, beautiful fish swimming in the blue, sparkling water. A big wave of oil was chasing the fish and trying to wash it up. The fish gets stuck. Then comes a seagull looking for food, goes into the water and tries to get the fish, but then a big wave of oil comes and gets the seagull stuck in the water.
Once there was a green spiky alligator who was coming up out of the ocean after her morning bath. But it was time for her to lay her eggs because it was that time of year again. So she wandered around on the nice sparkling sand looking for a nice shady spot to lay her eggs. Then she found a spot under a big leafy gum tree. She stopped. She laid her eggs and then she went to find some food. But when she was laying her eggs, she didn't notice that she laid them near a tide wave of oil. And when the tide came in, the eggs got covered with oil. And when the mother alligator came back, she couldn't dig her eggs out. And her claws got stuck. And she couldn't get them out. And then came a big wave of oil and the mother alligator couldn't move. And it covered her and she died.
Once there lived a dugong that lived in the ocean and it was looking for some food. It saw some food and had some. And then a big wave of oil came. And the grass died and so the dugong went to look for some more. And then when it came back, it looked for some and there was none, and then the big wave of oil came back and it went over the dugong and died. On a very hot morning one day, a sea turtle was ready to have her eggs. So she went out to the sand and dug a ginormous hole and laid her eggs in the hole and then covered it back up again. She went back out to the sea and to get some food, and she came back in with some food and her eggs were covered in oil. She tried to dig them out but she couldn't, and another wave came and she died with all the oil over her. Once upon a time there was two whales. They were swimming, playing chasings, and then all of a sudden a big oil spray came. And then the whales tried to swim, but they started going slower and slower and slower. And then all of a sudden they couldn't move. An animal rescue saw them nearby, and then he swam as fast as he could to them. He luckily washed all the oil off them, and the whales were so scared that they ran away as fast as they could. They lived. One day, Mr. Crab went out looking for food. A big oil spread wave came over him. He could still move, although he was covered in oil. He went to his wife. His wife said, "That's not my husband. My husband is orange, not black." Then the oil spray came over the wife and kids. All of a sudden, next thing that they found out, they were dead. Once there was a fish swimming in the ocean. A shark came along and tried to eat the fish. Just then, a big wave of oil came over the shark and the fish, and they all got sticky and they died.
Once upon a time there was a turtle who was walking along the beach. There was an oil wave who came and splashed it all over the turtle and said
And the animal rescuers saw the turtle and said, let's do something about this. So they made money for the charity by doing a jump on the beach and jumping over the turtle.